times it's hard for us to be reflective on our own behaviors and how we have been complicit or perpetuating the systemic oppressions that are impacting our young people. It's up to us to think about how we have contributed to these issues and now how we can change our behaviors to affect systemic change. Having individuals reflect on where they are personally, and then think about the organization and how the organization is perpetuating love or not. After the reflection, it then will ultimately lead to conflict. And us leaders, we school leaders, we need to call people in during that conflict stage instead of calling them out. So our ability to facilitate constructive dialogue versus competitive dialogue is important. After the reflection and then the conflict leads to the policy changes. Policy changes is the only way culture changes systemically and sustainably. And we school leaders need to facilitate a dialogue that involves self-reflection, conflict, and then policy shifts to promote the kind of change we want. So what I'm helping folks recognize is that we need to facilitate dialogue amongst the adults about how to be better with our own social emotional regulation and supports, and then how we can help young people develop those systems and structures as well. In addition to that, our young people need more voice and choice in their educations. And when provided that kind of voice and choice, they will speak to the type of oppression that we all recognize but rarely want to talk about, which is also impacting their social emotional health. We adults need to give young people the voice and choice and the ability to control their environments in ways they haven't before. It's been difficult and challenging for us as a governance team, myself as superintendent and our Board of Education, to be reflective on how we have contributed to the types of achievement gaps and oppression that we want to change. When reflecting on our own individual contributions to that, we are then able to think about the organization and how the organization has been contributing to that as well. That takes some time, and it's hard. And when coming to that understanding and agreement that we are part of the problem or the problem, it's allowed us to then engage in the kind of conflict and policy shifts that is needed. But it's been tough to think about how we're in this business to save and change lives, how we are the reasons why lives have been impacted in a negative way. That's been tough. So asking folks in my district, including myself, to think about how we've done that first has led us to a place where we're now changing things.